Well, good evening. And as you see, I am sitting here alone, but I won't be alone for long. My name is Marvinetta Woodley Penn, and I am the Executive Director and founder of Global Girls Incorporated. And you are watching a live interactive call-in show brought to you by CAN TV. You can also see us live. We stream live at cantv.org. Backslash, yes. But you can go online and you can watch the live stream. You can also see us on TV. Hopefully, you're going to call in. You're going to join the conversation because, as we always say in Global Girls, it is not a ball if you don't call. So please call in with your questions, your comments, your concerns at 312-738-1060. Again, that's 312-738-1060. Now, last week, I had some of my girls on, and they were absolutely amazing. No, last week we were not here because I was stuck in my hometown of East St. Louis. My car kind of died out a little bit, so I had to stay there and get that taken care of. But the week before, I was on with some of our global girls, and they were absolutely amazing. They wanted to come back tonight, but I had already promised this time slot to my young men. So I'm going to have 4 talented, courageous, handsome, just really together young men who will be joining me very shortly. They are on their way here, got caught up in traffic a little bit, but they will be here. Today we're going to be talking about knowing your purpose and pursuing your purpose. It all started from a conversation that I had with my teenagers about, is your purpose predetermined for you before you come into this world, or do you determine your purpose? If you have questions, concerns, comments, criticisms, if you can't get through on the show, by all means, you can visit us at Global Girls, www.globalgirlsinc.org, and you can always email us at globalgirls@sbcglobal.net. Our telephone number is 773-902-2359. And, you know, I am so very happy to be joined by my first young man who is in the studio. Yeah, I need you to scoot over this way. Just stand. Yes. Now, we're talking about knowing your purpose. If you remember, we had a conversation with your group, and it was a very interesting conversation about, is your purpose preset? Is it predetermined? Or do you have a role? Do you choose? Introduce yourself. Tell us just a little bit about you. Because I've got 4 young men. Yes.
I'm Emmanuel Lewis. I'm an ROTC cadet. I used to play football, and I'm going on to my senior year, and I'm going to become the battalion commander.
Oh, the battalion commander in ROTC. Very together young man. Not only does he do all that, but he's also a part of our GENTS program. Can you tell them what GENTS stands for?
GENTS stand for
Gentlemen
Empowered. I'm sorry. Gentlemen Empowered through
negotiation.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
That's
Gentlemen
okay.
Empowered through negotiation and
tenacity, and a little bit of swag. That's our GENTS program. So, you know, we have our Global Girls program for young women on the move, and we work with girls who are between the ages of 3. In our summer camp this summer, we have girls as young as 3 and as old as 14. But they also can go on to age 18. But then we have a co-ed program, which is our After School Matters program. And so we have males and females in that group. And then we have our gents that we pull out. So, Emmanuel, what do you think about that? Do you think that your destiny is pre-planned by somebody else, or do you think that you have a say-so in that?
I think I have a say-so in my own destiny. I choose what I want to do. No one else does.
Okay.
My parents didn't choose. I chose to go to ROTC. Nobody told me what to do. I choose what I do and when I do it.
All right. Very good, very good. And as far as your purpose in life, tell me how being a part of Global Girls has impacted that for you, your understanding of that.
Well, for Global Girls,
Global Youth, I should say. Whenever we're talking to our co-head programs, it's always Global Youth. And by all means, don't forget, if you have a question from my young men who are so amazingly wonderful, please give us a call at 312-738-1060. And if you have an opinion about, is your destiny chosen for you, or can you select your destiny? What role do you play in that? By all means, give us a call and talk to us about it. So go ahead, Emmanuel.
So when I first came to Global Girls, I was a shellfish. I didn't talk to anybody at all. I didn't want to do anything. But over the weeks, I started to develop a personal speaking habit. So I started to speak to other people, like my friends. I'm going to say the nicknames: Gigi, Almighty, and Taro. So it was kind of fun to be. It was kind of fun to be near them. We have a caller.
Oh, we have a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. You're on the air, caller. Oh.
It takes a little bit to get us on, but I had a couple questions here, specifically for Emmanuel. Congratulations, young man, on being in a great position and a great place with great people. You're in the right place. So what I wanted to ask you, first off, is that, there's a whole lot of problems we're having in our communities. I live in South Shore, and people get, there's guns and drugs everywhere. But I want to talk directly to you. Is it your decision if somebody walks up to you and says, hey, man, you want to buy this gun? Hey, you want to buy this crack or whatever? Do you have to buy it, or can you say no?
You can say no to it. You don't have to do anything that's being put towards you. You don't have to be used in peer pressure. Peer pressure is just something that puts you down and adds stress onto your life.
Great. And in Global Girls and Global Youth, we teach our young people, we teach you guys that it's all about what you want, the choices that you make, or the choices that you want to bring into your life, not that somebody else imposes on you. And you try not to be in those environments and around those people, because you're putting out a totally different kind of energy. Thank you so much, caller. I taught school for a long time, like 19 years, and I went into so many young people, and they just chose not to be in that environment and not to be around those people. And they said sometimes it would be difficult for them to avoid those people, but they knew when to go out, when to do things, when not to do certain things, and they just planned their life that way. So what do you think about that, Emmanuel? Because do you run into people who are in that life?
I do a lot. There's a lot of people my age that actually do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of sad that we have to rely on certain things like gangs to help us out.
To help you feel good, like you have a family. Because that's what it seems to me, like the gangs provide the family that a lot of young people don't have today. But in Global Youth, you have a family. Right? Mm-hmm. You have a safe place that you can come to where, but I don't want to talk about it. What do you think about that atmosphere in Global Youth? We have a caller. We're going to get to that caller in 1 minute. I want to hear from you.
So what I think about the atmosphere in Global Youth is it's a safe environment to do anything you want. So we have open mic from time to time, and when we do, we have a blast. We have people goofing around. We got people performing their skills. We have singers, dancers. I'm a dancer, somewhat of a singer, but it's usually when I'm with my gents. It's fun.
And it's just fun. It's a place where you can just be a teenager and you can just feel comfortable. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, thank you for taking my call. And I wanted to make the point that I certainly think that you raise an important topic here. There are all too many young people in America who don't realize in certain communities it's also difficult to avoid these kinds of influences because, frankly, they don't have both of them in their communities. And they don't realize how difficult it is for some young people who, frankly, take their lives in their hands just walking home from school every day. It's just not a problem in certain communities, and it is in those. The kind of life this young man has to lead, perhaps.
Yeah, that is an interesting observation. And I want to bring in another, because I have these 4 young men, and I do want to, I want to divide the time up between all 4 of them. So the question was that the caller made a comment about the dangerous environment that a lot of young people live in. You know, we practice the law of attraction in Global Youth and Global Girls, and the energy that you put out into the universe is the energy that you get. I live on the south side of Chicago, and I'm very comfortable on the south side of Chicago. I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois. I just believe that you have to be in a certain vibration. You have to be in a certain place mentally, emotionally, and kind of spiritually, and understand that you are going to be in a good space, and you've got to accept that. And a lot of times bad things just will not come to you. Now that's just my philosophy, and I'm going to get, what do you think about that, Emmanuel?
Same thing, just how you said. It's their choice, not anybody else's. So if they choose to join the gang, we can either help them to exit out of the gang, or let them make their own decisions and see if what happens.
Okay, well, again, you can go to Global Girls. You can go to Global Girls, find out more information about Global Girls and Global Gents, our young men's program, our program for guys. And you can go to our website, www.globalgirlsinc.org, or email us at globalgirls@sbcglobal.net. And of course, you can always call us at 773-902-2359. Next, we have a young man who is a part of our Gents program. Gabe, you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Gabriel Hawkins. I go to De La Salle Institute on 35th in Michigan. I'm about to be a senior in high school, and I act, and I dance and all that.
So, and what do you think? And I know that we have a caller, but I just want to get a little bit of what you think about some of the calls we've been getting. I have some absolutely amazing young men. I know some amazing young men, and I love having them at our center, at our global studio, because they get to just be young people and not worry about anything. What do you think about the environment outside that you have to navigate through?
I feel like, you can step your way away from that. If you feel like you want to do something good with your life, you gotta, you can take the opportunity to do it. You have your own way. You can make your own way. You don't always have to be out in the street trying to be like somebody else. You can create your own way. Like, if you feel like you want to do something, you can do it. You want to do acting, do it. You want to dance, do it. Basketball, do it. Football, you can do anything, You don't always have to be in the street.
Indeed. A lot of times when things happen, it's because people are in the streets, just hanging out.
Right.
We just had a conversation with the guy who came by, and they're going to get to their poem in 1 minute. We have a caller. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to finish what I was saying. That all too many of these young people have to walk this sort of tightrope, I feel. I think we can all agree on that being a young person, especially in a disadvantaged community, that it's so easy to perhaps, when you're walking that tightrope, end up on the wrong side of it. Cook County Jail is full of people with stories who will tell you that, what, if I hadn't gotten into that car that night, if I hadn't gone out with this group of people that night, if I hadn't gone here, if I hadn't done that. And these are dangers that are not equally distributed in our society. The reality is that, walking down the street in Winnetka is not going to get you in trouble in all likelihood. There's not a gang problem. There's not a drug problem. There's not a
I understand. And first of all, I say don't walk down the street at night. How about that? Yeah. I mean, you know where you are. Right. I don't walk down the street at night. I'm going to drive through my car, and I advise my young people, don't walk down the street at night. I mean, we are aware of our environment, and the young people, we have choices. You have a choice. The people that you're around. Does that make sense? I don't want to talk for you.
Yeah, you have your, if you don't have to, where to walk at. If it's Hyde Park, you can walk in the street. If it's downtown, you can walk in the street. But people like us, we know our surroundings, and we know where to be and where not to be.
And how to be when you're in those areas.
Right, how to carry yourself in those areas. If
And-
you carry yourself a certain way, you might get that certain outcome.
And that's the law of attraction.
Right.
You know, there are a lot of people in Cook County who made some bad choices. I'm not saying that they are totally innocent. I'm not saying that they're totally guilty for the choices that they made. A lot of people make choices totally unaware that they have options for choices. And that's what education is all about. And that's what family should be all about. Teaching our young people from a very early age to make good, healthy, sound choices. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen enough. And that's why we need organizations that can do that for young people, that can help out these working mothers, these parents that just maybe were not taught themselves. And that's one of the things that we get in Global Youth. Tell me something else that you have going on, or why did you come to Global Youth? I know we have another caller, but I got to let my young people speak. Tell me, what's on your mind about being in Global Youth?
I love being in the whole Global Girls surrounding, you know, because sometimes I don't even want to go home. Sometimes I want to stay at the studio, you know, learn new dances, act some more, you know. I feel like when I went to Global Girls, you know, they expanded me to something I didn't even know I could get to with acting. Miss Penn, you know, she showed me that I could actually, you know, I got full potential, you know, a little potential to, you know, continue acting. And, you know, I appreciate that. It's nice.
And what's your favorite character?
My favorite character, Sneezy Carl.
Sleazy Carl.
Sleazy Carl.
If you want to see him in Sleazy Carl, you
Too
have to
big.
come and see our production. He is excellent, excellent, excellent. We have a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
We have a call. Go ahead, caller. This is Simone. I'm also an attendee at Global Girls Year Round. And I just wanted to say that I am so glad to see these positive young men come into our studio. And I know that they will make a change in the world. I'm so happy that the men come into our studio. And I know that they will make a change in the world. I'm so happy that the men come into our studio. And I know that they will make a change in the world. I'm so happy.
Very good. I don't know what you're saying, but I think you need to turn your TV down. But if there's one line from we just did a poem because I got to get the other two guys up here. We just did a poem today. What's a line from the poem that you that just resonated with you? We're going to do a show in the very near future, and I encourage you guys to come and see these young men. See the people in Cook County, the young men who do wrong, the young men who do the shooting, oh, they get all the publicity. They're on the television every Monday morning. They're on they get on the news every night. But you don't see these young men who are doing good in the hood. You don't hear about them, and they definitely do not get the public support that they need to get. We just did a show for State Senator Trotter's health fair. They performed marvelously at the show, but they did not get the publicity that they should have gotten. But go ahead, Gabe. Talk.
My favorite line?
Your favorite line from the poem.
My favorite line, I see the joy in simple things, and nature and smile, and lives, and authentic beauty.
Authentic beauty. What does that mean for you, authentic beauty?
Just, you know, it stands out.
Stands out, it's real.
Stands out, you know.
Yeah.
But it is another line. that I
Oh, okay,
like.
another line you
Yeah.
like. Go
Beyond
ahead.
the beltless pants, the crazy hair, the angry look, the hoods and the emptiness, look beyond and hear a silent, a single plea.
Oh, now he stole somebody's line.
But that's my favorite
So,
line because my
that's-
hair, and I always get judged in the schools.
Yeah, and your hair is a statement about it's for you. It's
Yeah.
not for anybody else. You know, I always tell people, women have makeup, women have earrings, we have all kind of fashion. I mean, we have necklaces, we have bracelets, we have watches and rings, we have everything to express who we are. Guys don't have a lot. They don't have as much as we do to express who they are. So if a guy wants to wear his hair the way he wants to wear his hair, I think it is absolutely fabulous because it's all a phase. It's just a phase that people go through.
Right.
So why do you want to pigeonhole them?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay, very good. Well, I might bring you back again. Again, if you like more information, please, please, please go to our website and learn a little bit more about Global Girls. Yes, and Global Youth. Now we have Terrion. Terrion, you want to say a little bit about yourself? Tell the people out there in TV land who you are.
My name's Terrion Kelly. I go to CVS. I'm 17 and I play football.
Okay, and how long you been in Global Youth program?
10 months I've been in.
10 months, Terrion. You've been in here about 3 years. This is your third season with Global Youth. You were in ASM, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
The year before.
Yeah, in October.
Justin, you just started with us in October. Feel like you've been here forever. Stop swinging. Feels like you've been here forever, Terrion. Oh my gosh. Okay. I know Gabe has been with us a long time. So what do you think about Global Youth?
When I first started Global Youth, I was nervous, and when I first started, I thought that we was just gonna be cleaning, but we started dancing and stuff, and I never really danced. But then I started to like it, and then I was really shy in front of all the girls, cause there was a lot of girls in there. But now I'm cool with everybody, and it's really fun. I like to act. I like dancing a lot and acting.
Oh, okay. Someone have to get you up on there and start you acting. They do a rendition of The Temptations. They do Papa Was a Rolling Stone. They do What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. And they do
If It Isn't Love.
If It Isn't Love and Can You Stand the Rain. So they have quite a show that they do. Terrion, now we have the poem. Is there a particular line that stands out for you in the poem?
My favorite line is, I see me, all of me, my future, my happiness, generations that I will cause to be.
What stands out to you about that line?
It stands out to me because I think I make my own future, like for myself, and I'm happy with whatever I do, and yeah, I guess.
Cool. Now, what do you think about the communities that the guy was talking about the choices that young men have to make, and sometimes they make the wrong choices? What do you think about all that? About walking down the street, and our streets are so dangerous that you have a hard time walking down the streets. What do you think about that?
Well, we all live like in like a danger, like neighborhoods we can't really walk down the street, cause I don't know. It's little kids that gangbang and stuff like that, but we try to tell them like to do the right thing, but they grow up that way, so that's just how they are.
It's how they are, but it doesn't mean that that's how everybody else has to be, right? Mm-hmm. And you make the choice. I mean, you made the choice to continue in our program, so people have to make their own choices. What do you say?
Yeah, well, I guess it's up to them to make the right choice.
Okay, I have one last young man, because I know I'm running out of time. Not yet, Terry. Terry, I'm like, I'm out of here. Okay. Now, you can go now. Again, go to our website for more information. I'm going to bring up our last guest, our last young man, and he was a little upset because someone else stole his line. Of course, you can go to Global Girls at www.globalgirlsinc.org. The last young man I'd like to bring up is Isaiah. Isaiah, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your name?
My name is Isaiah, aka Almighty, but
Almighty.
I go to CVS. I'm finna be a junior. I play football and all that.
Okay. Now, why did you come to Global Girls? Global Youth. I can stop saying Global Girls when we have guys. It's Global Youth. Yes.
I came to Global Youth because I heard of it from my friend Terrion and Shakori. They told me about it at school, and they told me it was dancing and acting on. I ain't really a dancer, but I always wanted to be an actor, so I was like, I might just come.
Okay.
Just came.
You came and you stayed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's your favorite line from the poem?
Gabe already said it.
But that's okay. You say it in your way.
Beyond the beltless pants, the crazy hair, the anger looks, the hoods, the emptiness, look beyond and hear our silent single plea.
What is that? Why is that important to you?
Because it stands out, because a lot of black teens walk around beltless and they hair crazy and all that, and people look at us in a different way.
Mm-hmm. But what do you want people to see?
That's just the style that we like, so we just we get what we want because we like it. That
Okay.
don't mean we bad.
It doesn't mean you bad. It means that there's something deeper.
Yeah.
There's something deeper. Now we also recite the Global Youth Law, and I know that we're running out of time, and I see that clock on the wall, and I know I have to wrap it up. If you could take one line from the Global Youth Law, what would it be that summarizes what you think about this global youth family?
Global law.
The global law. I promised myself, my attitude, all that.
Is to give every creature I meet a smell because you shouldn't just judge somebody. Treat them petty for no reason.
Don't walk around with a frown. Turn that frown upside down. Thank you all so very much for tuning in. And I do believe that that's just about our time for today. I just want to say to all my guests who were here, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a wonderful show. It was absolutely fabulous, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Thank you so very much.